Imagine researchers testing social theories on incredibly realistic simulations of human beings. Not just like averages, but over 1,000 unique individuals, each with their own complex blend of attitudes and life experiences.
That's precisely what we're exploring today with this research paper detailing a new architecture for generative agents.
You've provided a fascinating paper, and I think our listeners will agree. These AI-powered simulations go way beyond typical models. Instead of relying on broad demographic stereotypes, these agents are built from in-depth interviews with real people. So let's unpack how these agents are created, explore the surprisingly accurate results, and touch on why this approach might even help reduce bias in AI.
A great place to start is with the unique AI interviewer used to conduct those 2-hour interviews with over 1,000 people, creating a richly detailed dataset.
It's interesting that the interview script was intentionally broad, touching on life stories, societal issues, and more.
That breadth was key. The researchers wanted to avoid biasing the agents towards the specific tests they'd later face. They needed a foundation that reflected the complexity of real human experiences.
Makes you wonder how you even begin to translate these massive interview transcripts into an actual AI agent.
That's where large language models, or LLMs, come in. Each interview transcript becomes part of the prompt that guides the LLM. You're essentially telling the LLM, learn everything you can about this person from their interview, and then try to respond as they would.
And then there's this intriguing expert reflection module.
Yeah, the researchers took it a step further and prompted the LLM to act as different social scientists, a psychologist, an economist, a political scientist, to extract deeper insights from the interviews. It's like having a team of experts analyze each person's story.
So we have these interview-based agents built on a wealth of qualitative data. How do they actually stack up against more traditional models of human behavior?
That's where the benchmarking gets really exciting. The researchers used a battery of established social science measures to assess these agents.
Let's start with the General Social Survey, or GSS. This massive survey has been running for decades, capturing a wide range of societal attitudes.
And here's the remarkable part. The agents were able to predict individual responses on the GSS with 85% normalized accuracy. That's about as accurate as a person retaking the survey 2 weeks later.
That level of accuracy is impressive. And they didn't stop there. They also used the Big Five personality inventory to capture personality nuances.
Right, and again, the interview-based agents significantly outperformed models based on demographics or predefined personas, demonstrating a much higher correlation with the actual Big Five scores of their source participants.
It's fascinating how they were also able to test the agent's behavior in economic games.
They use games like the dictator game, where you decide how to split a sum of money, and the trust game, which measures your willingness to risk based on trust in another person's cooperation.
And in these behavioral economics games, the agents continue to accurately reflect the behavior of their source participants, even down to subtle choices involving trust and cooperation.
It's almost as if they've created digital twins capable of mirroring human behavior in complex social situations.
They even replicated the results of 5 published social science experiments using these agents.
And they nailed the predicted effect sizes with impressive accuracy, further proving that these agents can capture how people respond to different situations.
So these interview-based agents are demonstrably more nuanced and accurate than traditional models. But what makes this research truly groundbreaking is its potential to address a critical issue in AI bias.
That's right. Existing AI systems often exhibit biases, reflecting the biases present in their training data. This new approach using in-depth interviews shows real promise in reducing bias across demographic groups.
They use the demographic parity difference, or DPD, to measure this bias. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
The DPD essentially measures the difference in performance between the best performing and worst performing groups for a given task. It helps to quantify any disparities that might arise based on demographics.
And what were the findings when they applied this metric to the interview-based agents?
The results were encouraging. The interview-based agents consistently reduced bias, particularly around political ideology and race, compared to models based solely on demographics.
So instead of relying on broad stereotypes, these interview-based agents are able to capture the individual variability within demographic groups.
Exactly. This could lead to fairer and more equitable outcomes when applying AI systems in various fields.
It's remarkable how this approach has the potential to make AI not only more accurate, but also more fair and representative.
This research opens up exciting possibilities for a future where AI systems are designed with a deeper understanding of human behavior and a commitment to minimizing bias.
It's a significant step forward in the evolution of artificial intelligence, and it makes you wonder what other possibilities are on the horizon.
Indeed, this research is just the beginning. As we continue to explore and develop these generative agents, we can unlock even greater potential for positive impact in various domains.
This is truly groundbreaking research. We've covered the creation of these agents, their remarkable accuracy in predicting behavior, and their potential to address bias in AI. But our deep dive isn't over yet. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll explore the wider implications of this research and what it might mean for the future.
Welcome back to our deep dive into generative agents. This research really highlights the potential to model human behavior with far greater nuance and complexity.
In part 1, we explored how these agents are created and their surprising accuracy in predicting human behavior. Now I'm curious about the real-world applications of this technology. Where could this lead us?
The possibilities are vast and span across numerous fields. Let's start with public health messaging.
That's a great example. We've all seen how challenging it can be to craft messages that resonate with diverse groups, especially when it comes to sensitive topics like health.
Imagine being able to simulate how various communities might respond to different public health campaigns. These agents allow us to test different messages, framing, and channels to see what's most effective.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, we could tailor our messaging to resonate with the specific values and concerns of each target audience.
Precisely. Take vaccine hesitancy, for instance. We could use these agents to identify the underlying reasons for hesitancy in different groups, and then craft targeted and empathetic communication that addresses those concerns directly.
That could be incredibly valuable in a world where misinformation spreads so easily.
Absolutely. Beyond public health, this approach could revolutionize policy development as well.
How so?
Imagine being able to simulate how different communities might respond to, proposed changes in tax policy, education reform, or climate change mitigation strategies.
That would give policymakers a much richer understanding of the potential impacts, both positive and negative, before implementing policies that could have unintended consequences.
Exactly. It's like having a virtual focus group on steroids. You can get feedback from a diverse range of simulated citizens, each grounded in realistic attitudes and experiences.
It's fascinating to think about how this technology could help us create policies that are more equitable and effective.
And let's not forget about the potential for urban planning.
That's another area with so much complexity. How could generative agents help us design more livable and sustainable cities?
Cities are complex systems with interconnected challenges related to transportation, housing, energy consumption, and social equity. Imagine creating a simulated city populated with these generative agents.
We could run different scenarios, testing various urban design concepts, transportation policies, or even social programs.
We could experiment with different approaches to affordable housing, see how changes to the public transportation system might affect commuting patterns, or even explore how green spaces and community centers contribute to well-being.
It's about understanding not just the outcomes, but the underlying motivations and behaviors that drive those outcomes.
Exactly. By understanding how individuals make choices within a complex urban environment, we can design cities that are more responsive to the needs of their inhabitants.
It's about creating cities that are truly designed for people.
Precisely. And that includes not just efficiency and functionality, but also fostering a sense of community, belonging, and well-being.
We've talked about public health, policy, and urban planning, but the applications seem almost limitless. What other areas could benefit from this kind of technology?
Marketing and product development are prime examples. Imagine using generative agents to simulate how consumers might respond to new products or services.
We could test different pricing strategies, marketing messages, and even product features to see what resonates with different target markets.
Exactly. This would allow companies to gain a deeper understanding of consumer needs and preferences, leading to more successful product launches and greater customer satisfaction.
It's about moving beyond broad demographic stereotypes and truly understanding the individuals within those markets.
Precisely. And the same principle applies to the development of AI assistants and chatbots.
So instead of training these systems on generic data sets, we could train them on data from generative agents.
Exactly. That would give them a much richer understanding of human language, emotions, and social cues.
We could create AI assistants that are more natural and engaging to interact with, capable of providing more personalized and helpful responses.
And these AI systems could even be used in educational settings, providing students with personalized learning experiences tailored to their individual strengths and weaknesses.
It's like having a virtual tutor who understands your learning style and can adapt to your needs in real time.
This technology has the potential to revolutionize how we interact with AI and how AI can be used to enhance our lives.
It's truly exciting to think about the possibilities, but with such powerful technology come important considerations. What are some of the key challenges and ethical implications we need to keep in mind as we move forward with this research?
That's a crucial question. One of the biggest challenges is ensuring that these generative agents are developed and used responsibly. We need to be mindful of the potential for bias and take steps to mitigate it.
So garbage in, garbage out, as the saying goes.
Exactly. The data these agents are trained on must be representative of the diversity of human experiences. We need to be vigilant in identifying and addressing any biases in the data sets and in the algorithms themselves.
And what about privacy? These agents are based on in-depth interviews with real people. How do we ensure that their personal information is protected?
Privacy is paramount. Anonymization techniques and robust data security measures are essential to protect the sensitive information used to create these agents.
And it's not just about protecting the data itself, but also about preventing these agents from being used to identify or track individuals without their consent.
Absolutely. We need clear guidelines and regulations in place to safeguard individual privacy and prevent the misuse of this technology.
So as we explore the incredible potential of generative agents, we must also proceed with caution and a strong ethical framework.
That's precisely right. This technology offers a glimpse into a future where AI can help us understand ourselves better, solve complex problems, and create a more just and equitable society. But it's a future we must navigate thoughtfully, ensuring that we use this power responsibly and for the benefit of all.
This has been a fascinating discussion exploring the potential applications and challenges of generative agents. But our deep dive isn't over yet. In Part 3, we'll delve into the implications of this research for the field of artificial intelligence itself and what it might tell us about the future of AI. Stay tuned. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of generative agents. We've explored their creation, their capabilities, their potential applications, and the ethical considerations surrounding their development. But now I want to shift our focus to what this research tells us about the future of AI.
It's a fascinating question. This work pushes the boundaries of AI beyond simple tasks like playing games or recognizing images, into the realm of simulating complex human behavior.
We're essentially teaching AI to understand not just what we do, but why we do it, grasping the nuances of human motivation, emotion, and social interaction.
Exactly. And that opens up a whole new world of possibilities for AI research and development.
What are some of the most exciting possibilities that come to mind?
Imagine AI systems that can assist us in creative endeavors, like writing novels or composing music, or AI systems that can help us communicate and collaborate more effectively, bridging divides and fostering understanding.
AI that can help us understand different perspectives, resolve conflicts, and build stronger relationships. It's an incredible vision.
It is, and it raises some profound questions. If AI becomes this good at simulating human behavior, what happens to the distinction between humans and machines?
It's a question that has fascinated philosophers and science fiction writers for decades. As AI becomes more sophisticated, those lines may become increasingly blurred.
It's true, but even the most advanced AI systems are still tools. They're creations of human ingenuity designed to serve human purposes.
So it's not about AI replacing humans, but rather about AI and humans working together in new and innovative ways.
Precisely. And this research on generative agents is a perfect example. These agents aren't meant to replace us, but to help us understand ourselves better and create a better future.
It's a powerful reminder that we have the power to shape and guide this technology.
Absolutely. It's up to us to ensure that we use AI wisely and ethically for the benefit of all humanity.
This research offers a glimpse into a future where AI can help us solve complex problems and create a more just and equitable society.
It's a future worth striving for.
Indeed. And on that inspiring note, we come to the end of our deep dive into the world of generative agents. We've explored their creation, their capabilities, their potential applications, and the ethical considerations surrounding their development. This research is truly groundbreaking, and we're only beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. We hope you found it as fascinating as we did.
It's been a pleasure.